What up, everyone? It's the Nation of Podcation Daily Podcast. I'm O'Shea. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. Hip-hop superstar and Hot Boys member BG talks about the feds are still trying to silence him and hold him back and stop him from being able to say what he wants to say. Now, as we all know, the Freedom of Speech album, that's been the subject of controversy here over the last couple months, and not necessarily with just BG. We just saw Jimmy Kimmel on his show get suspended for his freedom of speech or invoking his freedom of speech. But, you know, it's crazy how that works. You know what I'm saying? You can say whatever you want to say, but there's still going to be consequences and repercussions. Like BG's going to be talking about in this upcoming interview, how he was using his right of freedom of speech, and the feds was trying to lock him back up. Let's take a look at this clip from BG as he explains.
Just dropped the deluxe. Facts.
Yeah, so the first part, you telling the story, man.
Facts.
You know the case, everything.
Facts.
You came.
Facts.
What the second part is entail? Is telling the story of now.
Yeah, it just was a continuation, right? Okay. And of freedom of speech, and then everything that's going on right now. Yeah. You know, just with the First Amendment and freedom of speech, I just was like, damn, like, you know what I mean? It ain't even just me that's dealing with it. Like, it's Jimmy Kimmel, it's this one, it's that one. Like, you know, man, it's the whole, you know what I mean? Like, our First Amendment rights is under attack, man. You know what I mean? So it's like, damn, man, like, they literally just was trying to lock me up for just rapping. You know what I mean? Like, so, you know, it was perfect timing for me. So I added like 7 songs, you know, to the original album and, you know, put out the deluxe because the streets have been asking for that chisel with the gold teeth. You know what I mean? Like, you know, but they not understanding, you know, I be having to turn the lyrics into my PO, you know, before I make them available to the public, you know, so it's not like they have to approve them, but I definitely have to put them on the record, you know what I mean? So, you know, I be having to be a little conscious of what I say and how I say it, you know what I mean? So, you know, it is what it is, you know what I mean? Because they was telling me that, you know, I still have my First Amendment rights, but, you know, being someone that's under, you know, federal probation, like, I don't have all the rights that's afforded to a regular citizen, right? You know what I'm saying? Just because of, you know, my situation and me being a convicted felon and, you know, being on. So it's cool. I get it. You know what I mean? So I toned it down a notch. But at the same time, I still be pushing the envelope a little. You know what I mean? Because it's like, I made a career of keeping it real. You know what I mean? And, you know, spitting this G, you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, it's only entertainment, right? You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm trying to explain, you know, to them. You know what I mean? That was the whole fight, you know what I mean? But, you know, everything worked itself out, man. Like, you know, the judge ruled in my favor and said that, you know, that they was going a little bit too far. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, trying to just dictate, you know, what I rap about and how I rap about it. Like, I mean, man, it was crazy, man. It was like a 6 to 8 month, you know what I'm saying, process where they didn't want me doing, you know, concerts, putting out songs.
You old,
like, man, bro, I swear to God, man. Like, man, listen, I'm talking about, they was on my bumper. You know what I mean? They was on my bumper because my prosecutor was basically saying that, you know, I hadn't learned my lesson, that I came back out here, you know, rapping about the same things that I was rapping about before I went to jail. And, you know, I'm promoting, you know, and then they, you know, they was trying to say that, you know, whether I like it or not, you know, I'm a leader in my community, and you know, youngsters, you know what I'm saying, you know, listen to my music and look up to me, and, you know, if I'm rapping, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, about a certain thing and just rapping about, you know, violence and guns and this and that and the third with everything that's happening out here, like, I'm contributing, you know what I'm saying, to, you know, everything that's going on. I'm like, oh, wait.
All right, Nation, there you have it. Now, I respect what BG is saying here. He should be able to make whatever content that he wants. He's a free man. Yes, he was under supervised release, but that shouldn't stop you once you're not in jail to being able to say what you want to say. He was saying that the judge is trying to say he's a leader of a generation and and they want to make sure that he's promoting the positive message. It shouldn't matter what message that he's promoting, because he's an artist, he's an entertainer, and it's freedom of speech. But that's why he titled his album Freedom of Speech. It's deeper meanings to what, you know, just by calling it that, it's deeper meanings to that from BG's perspective. So Nation, what do y'all think about BG's album? What do you think about the new deluxe version where he dropped about 6 or 7 more songs with it? What do you think about the feds trying to silence BG? What do you think about, hell, the Jimmy Kimmel situation? Nation, y'all let me know in the comment section down below. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button on your way out.